welcome back to Totally Broken Opinions, and today we are discussing broken opinions because I have r/unpopular opinions up on Reddit, and we are going to discuss multiple different posts on this thing and decide if we agree with them.
Yes, this is a Dan-led episode.
Yeah, well, I mean, I always enjoy these. It's quite fun, just like round on people or actually agree with them. So right now I've got top of this month, so everything quite here is quite fairly recent. But these might be opinions you've heard before. Anyway, number
Potentially
one.
in previous episodes.
Previous episodes. Number one is Spider-Man having to need the use of a mechanical web canister for his webs is the dumbest thing ever.
Well, this is the thing, because in the Sam Raimi one, he has organic web shooters, because Sam Raimi was like, no teenager is able to create that from what he has in life.
Yeah.
And they were just like, well, we'll just make it organic. And then the argument against that is, well, Peter Parker's meant to be a genius.
He is, yeah. Well, I mean, at least very clever. And
well, he's meant to be one of the smartest... Like, when he's older, he's meant to be one of the smartest MCU characters.
Or in the comics, is it canisters?
Yes. Sam Raimi was the person who made organic.
Yeah, and that was weird.
And then the comics followed suit.
Because then it's also the comment in No Way Home of... So, did the web come out everywhere, you know? And
yeah. So, yeah, in the original comics, it was always fluid that was, like, in a canister. And then once Sam Raimi was like, no, we're going to just do organic, the comics changed for a bit, and then they went back to web, like, canisters. Because it's gross.
Yeah. But this person compares this to Aquaman needing to use a scuba tank to breathe underwater.
Well, I guess.
I mean, it's not quite the same thing. Spider-Man's cool just because he's Peter Parker. Aquaman's pretty shit.
Yes, that is one. That is one reason. I think because Spider-Man, like, it would be different if he only got, like, the organic, like, webs.
Yeah.
If he didn't get all the other stuff, like, he doesn't necessarily... Because he doesn't have 8 arms or... like 8 body parts, does he? He doesn't have a butt that sticks out and all of that. So he doesn't get everything. He just gets spider sense, which spiders don't have. So, like, what's your argument against that? And like he gets basically enhanced physical strength.
Yeah.
And like, so he doesn't really get spider-like things. So the reason why, because he gets bit by a spider, that's why. Yeah. And, like, I don't mind either way. Like, I never really cared with Sam Raimi's. I was like, oh, that's gross body horror, like, sort of stuff. Like, does he come spider fluid?
I mean, maybe.
Did you know, in the comics, there is a storyline where he has radioactive jizz and Mary Jane dies of cancer.
That's mental. What?
Yeah. Comic books are fucking stupid. So, basically, what happens is Mary Jane dies of cancer, and years later, it's revealed, like, after her death, Spider-Man realizes that his semen is radioactive, and all the times he fucked Mary Jane basically could have led to having cancer.
That's brutal. Imagine that. Imagine just shagging your missus and then...
Spider-Man has it rough, man. Spider-Man has, like, the most fucked storylines.
There's one where, like... Imagine Spider-Verse as well. It's like, oh yeah, everyone you know must die. There's a canon event and you can't change it.
Not even that. There's one where Gwen Stacy basically gets raped by Norman Osborn and has twins. Has twins, and then those twins come and try and kill Spider-Man. It's like there's so many weird plot lines. The one that No Way Home was kind of inspired by, One More Day, is basically Aunt May dies because of Spider-Man's revealing of his secret identity in Civil War. And so Spider-Man makes a deal with the devil to bring Aunt May back, but in order to do that, he has to give up his marriage to MJ. And they don't know each other.
Kind of similar to No Way Home in a way, where he has to give up his own, friendship.
But yeah, there's a lot more fuck things in it and stuff like that. But yeah, Spider-Man has a rough, man.
Yeah, he does.
Because basically comic writers, for some odd reason, think that Spider-Man can't have any happiness because it makes Spider-Man less interesting.
To be fair, I'm looking forward to the new Spider-Man game.
Yeah, that comes out soon, doesn't it? It comes out
this
tomorrow?
month. Yeah, soon. Next week or so, I think. Oh, it's 25th, but I don't know. Could be wrong. All right.
I'll wait till it comes out on PlayStation Plus.
Let's go to the next opinion. Throwing trash into another person's outdoor bin should be acceptable.
Yes. Caveat, depends on if there are public bins.
What?
Because I maintain that a lot of the time there aren't many public bins.
Yeah, that's true.
There are long stretches of like in my town, there are long stretches of like walking where there is no bins between. And there are people's public, like personal bins on the side of the thing. And I think it's better to dump it in them than hold on to it or just drop it. Because most people are going to just drop it.
Yeah, to be fair, I agree with the point of, yeah, to be fair, it's one cup, right? Just put it in a bin. But the trouble is, at what point do you draw the line? Because
I think small things like wrappers and things like that, yes. Anyone just jumping their
how would you enforce that? So at the minute, it's legal to fly tip, which is called to dump something in a bin or dump something in somewhere that it doesn't belong to you. Well, you don't have any right to store it, right? But if you then become legally allowed to dump small things, how do you then enforce that the law? It's the same problem with touching your phone when driving. People make the argument of, oh, just fiddling around with your car is like safer or more dangerous than touching your phone, sorry. But it's because you can't enforce. It's really hard to enforce like texting when driving. So that's why they
cameras and tasers. A camera records them and a taser zaps them if you don't want them. Like a Ring doorbell. So you basically get someone rings on your bin, you go, am I allowed to put my stuff in there? And if you say no, tasered. Like you can have it preset.
Apparently this person who made this article, they dumped a paper cup into someone else's bin. This person came out to them and basically shouted at them for it. And it turns out they weren't even the bin owner. And they just complained about this person.
That's stupid. That's why it's bad. Like that type of person is the worst. Like someone who doesn't have any actual invested interest in it and just wants to push their own belief because if someone did it to their thing, they would lose their shit.
Yeah, that's true. Also, why the fuck do you give a shit?
I don't know. Do you know in America, like all those book bans and stuff like they've having in Florida?
Yeah. Like
a lot of them are because random people who don't even have kids at the school are just going in and complaining about the books.
Really?
Yeah, there's like they have to keep banning people because random people who have no vested interest in any of the things because they don't have kids going to that school are just turning up and trying to get books banned.
Damn.
Like so much of the politics in there is just like people who don't have kids or people who don't have any kids at that place just going there and trying to push their thing because they don't want it. It's so weird.
That is very weird, I can't lie.
Like, how do you have that much free time?
All right, another opinion. Steak is far inferior to chicken.
Yes.
Nah, mate, you're wrong.
No, steak's too much fucking hassle. And everyone gets fucking antsy with you if you do it in a different thing to what they prefer.
To be fair, I think... Okay, a good steak, if it's cooked to perfection, is better than a perfect chicken meal. But the trouble is, going to the effort to make the perfect steak is a lot more effort than making something with chicken. Because like a shit steak is really shit.
Yes. I think chicken across the board is the much more better...
I'll say chicken's more convenient.
Chicken's a better all-rounder.
Yeah. But if you're going out for a meal, and like there's no budget to the meal, you're going for a steak.
Nah, I go for a burger.
Fucking millennials.
I do go for a steak occasionally, but like I always go for the combo, like steak, chicken, sausage, like the meat selection one, rather than. But yeah, I never know what to fucking order when I order a steak because I'm like, well done, medium rare. What the fuck do I go for?
If you haven't done anything more than medium, you're doing it wrong. I'm sorry.
Well done.
Don't do it well. Who the fuck has a steak well done? Why are you doing this to yourself?
Well, I don't care.
Like all the flavors in the steak is when it's juicy, and people say, "I don't want blood in it." There's no blood. You can't have blood in a muscle. It makes no sense.
But it looks like blood, Dan, and that's.
It may look like blood, but it's not blood. It's fine.
Yeah, but it goops out, and people go, "Ugh."
But it tastes so good. It's the flavor. Do you know what? I'll have a steak tonight for dinner.
That's nice.
I know.
I'm going to cook it, make it well prepared, or you're going to bung it on the oven and just go, and then just have it.
Right. Here is another opinion. The dad bod is undoubtedly the most attractive body if going by what women actually what women actually dating.
I think they did do a study, and women do actually. It depends on what moment in your life you're in, because when you're younger, you're more attracted to the fitter, more healthy person.
Thing is, it's not healthy to have a six pack. I think that's what they mean.
No.
Like a dad bod is something that's like a bit more of a belly hanging over, right? Maybe not entirely like over the top, obese levels.
No,
but
like obesity, no. But like everyone realizes that it's difficult to fucking maintain like a six pack or ripped body.
you know, it's not meant to happen. Like your body's meant to have fat on it. It's designed to do that.
Yeah. But it's Wolverine and Chris Evans as Captain America and Paul Rudd and Chris Pratt who got skinny and ripped for Star-Lord.
I think it's for people who
and The Rock pushing all of his energy drinks.
I think it's because people can't grow body hair, so they have to have some other body definition, so they decide to go ripped instead.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think if you have body hair, you don't need to be ripped.
Well, body hair covers up the fact you're not ripped.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like got a bit of texture to it, you know, something to like feel when you're touching the body.
Grab onto and
yeah.
when you're in the bedroom.
Grab onto the hair.
I've had someone do that. It was weird, and I didn't like.
What do you mean? You had someone do that? Or you're one or second time having sex? Like someone did that to you?
No, not like full on sex, but like someone just grabbed my chest here because they were like in passion.
What?
They just went like that,
That's
like to grip.
It's a bit weird.
Like under the shirt. Yeah, I thought it was weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, look, people get weird. People have weird things.
People do. Yeah.
I'm not judging. I was just like, oh, that's a bit weird. Whatever. She was attractive. I'll let I'll let stuff happen like that. I'm not gonna go no.
Okay.
No, I think I do think it also depends on what like stage the person's at, because like women who are older don't care as much and are like more comfort focused rather than
someone who
energy focused.
Treat you right.
Yeah.
Okay. This one goes back to the steak bit. Bacon does not belong on burgers.
I might agree, actually.
Do you?
Despite the fact that I always have bacon on a burger, I don't think it adds anything.
It's more flavour.
I don't think it adds that much.
It depends on the bacon.
I think an egg is better than a burger.
What?
Bacon.
You would rather have egg on your burger?
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's not a thing.
It is a thing.
That's not a thing.
It is a thing.
No, it fucking isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
It is. There are loads of people who have burgers.
No, there isn't. You're lying to yourself.
It's a fucking thing.
No, it isn't. You're just making it...
Egg burger.
The argument for having it bad, the reason why you shouldn't have it is because it adds more grease. But that's bullshit, because let's be honest, if you go and have a burger, you're having a greasy meal. Like, it's burger, cheese, get some fried onions on there, tastes delicious, you know? As long as you get a bit of crisp on the salady stuff, which I imagine you don't like.
What?
The salady
I'm looking
stuff
up egg burgers. I don't mind salady stuff.
I know. So
depends on if it's the right salad. Like iceberg lettuce, yes. Whatever.
We have a friend who takes just all the vegetables off everything.
Burger and egg is a thing, Dan.
I have seen it. I'm not saying I haven't seen it, but I've never seen actually someone order it.
You're talking to the wrong people. There's a thing called egg in a whole burger where you
Who the fuck is that?
Cut out a hole in your burger and then put an egg in and fry it. Looks fucking delicious.
I don't know, man. That's not it.
Nah, egg is much better than bacon.
But I prefer bacon. As like, as long as it's crispy, it has to be crispy. If it's like anemic bacon, then I
don't think McDonald's bacon's very good.
No, definitely not.
And I don't think Burger King's is good.
I don't like bacon on shit burgers. If it's like an actual burger place that you know you can have a good burger, it's going to be nice with the bacon. But if it's like a shitty little burger and you got the shittest bit of bacon on it ever, then there's no point adding it because it's just shit.
Yeah, it just adds extra cash to the order.
Yeah, correct. But like I said, if it's an actual good burger, it's cooked right, it's going to add more flavour.
Yeah. Weatherspoons does a shit fucking bacon burger.
Oh, here we go. Another one related to what we were saying. Absence of body hair for both men and women in the media should not be the norm.
Depends on how much body hair. Like,
I think it's fine to have body hair, but just have it the same as any hair. Just have it groomed.
I think it should just be, yeah.
I mean, not maybe I should, but I think, what looks good on somebody isn't necessarily the absence of something or to have something, but just to generally be well groomed. To just put effort into your looks.
Yeah, scraggy.
Because it's like saying, oh yeah, like having no facial hair should be like shit, right? But if you have a full bushy beard, to be honest, it's going to look a bit shit. But as long as you groom it and style it, it's fine. The same as body hair. It makes no difference.
A Brazilian versus a bush.
Do it. Like it's a good argument.
Style the bush or Brazilian. I
think that's the thing, right? As long as you it's difficult to say because when you do modeling in the media, it creates a lot of self-doubt on someone's image.
Yes.
And I think trying to make anything an unrealistic goal is bad.
Yeah.
And no one should be forced to have to do anything.
I think what you should do for every photo, you should have the opposite.
Yeah.
And then you have the opposite, the middle, and the extreme. And then you just cover all bases, and then you go, here is the selection. Like, not like morbidly obese and morbidly anorexic, but like the safe, skinniest, the middle, and then the safe, biggest.
Yeah, and to be honest, I used to be sort of ashamed of my body hair. Because I'm quite a hairy person, right? I have a lot of hair everywhere. And I was quite insecure about it. So, I started shaving all of it off. And I felt a bit more confident in myself, but to be honest, I've kind of just grown to accept it now. Excuse the pun slightly, because growing hair. But yeah, I think having body hair should be normal. Like there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I shave, but I don't. I just let it grow to what I think, and then if I don't like it, I get rid of it.
Being academically achieving is not a good measure of intellect.
Oh fuck no.
I partially agree.
I think it is good in terms of like a structured environment, but it does not work in the real world.
I think some degrees. There are definitely some degrees. For example,
an arts degree
if you're not arts, maybe not, but like if you're doing something like physics or STEM, any STEM
like
fields,
then, those ones, they're ones, but like geography, unless you go into unless you're dedicating yourself to those fields. My computer is just banging on about how I don't have much storage left.
I think it's unfair to judge intellect. I don't think that's right, because at the end of the day, you're always learning. Every day, you're smarter than you were yesterday. You've learned something new today. Maybe it's something the slightest, right? It could be nothing, but you've got a bit of new information every day. So every day, you are smarter. And to say some people are smart of having a degree, that's just wrong. Because, I think ages are probably a better way to show you're smarter, but I think it's bad to compare for each other anyway. For intellect.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But yeah, I would agree, sort of, restricting people's jobs for not having a degree is a bit shit. Especially if you've done that job.
I think there should just be a way of like getting like not like internships, but like an internship where you actually get paid to learn.
That's called an apprenticeship.
Yeah, that. But easier to acquire for more jobs. Because most of the time it's like high level stuff. But like for a general thing, you don't need it.
Right, here's a good idea. What if we just stop universities for most things and only keep it for research? So, but to be fair, that's basically what it is anyway. But the trouble is, I think, having degrees, because yes, it's based off research, but it doesn't apply to a real job. Because you don't do that in a real job for the most part. You do some things, like some skills you pick up learning, but at the end of the day, actually, I did my apprenticeship, I've got my degree, but I found my degree a lot easier because I had already gained that experience from work. And I know a lot of people who went from university to work and then struggled.
Yeah.
So there you go. Just get a job. Don't do a degree. I don't care if food isn't authentic.
What does it mean by authentic?
A lot of people I've heard before will badger on about going to a Chinese or Indian and say, "Oh, where you going there? It's not authentic. It's an English."
Oh,
remake."
like an actual Asian cuisine from an Asian person.
Yeah. So a lot of people will say like, "Oh, you shouldn't go there because it's not it's not authentic." And to be honest, I agree with this person of, I don't care if it's not authentic. I like the food. Fuck off.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like, if it's cooked right, then who fucking cares? It's like those people who, like, there's the culture thing where, like, people who wear, like what was it? There was a person who wore a kimono to their, like, graduation or something, and the internet went fucking batshit because they weren't Asian.
It's like, why?
Like, isn't the whole point of like integrating everyone into one culture? Like, not like one culture.
Identifying different cultures and respecting everyone's different cultures. That's what it's about.
Yeah, like they weren't disrespectful. They weren't like shitting in it.
I was gonna say, if someone's like just trying to embrace someone's culture, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think, right?
No,
they're just trying to like accept it. Like, I don't know. It's the same thing as going to go get a curry, right? I mean, maybe a bit insulting there, but I don't see the difference.
No, like
if you go into India to experience someone's curry, the authenticness, what's wrong with that?
Like, if you had to be black to enjoy rap, every fucking white guy on the planet would be like, fuck.
Yeah, it seems just a bit weird. I don't know. Some people just complain too much.
Yeah, there's a limit, but like, who fucking cares? If it works, it works.
There is nothing wrong with adults trick-or-treating. I don't know. It's a bit weird. I don't know.
No.
That's a bit odd. I can't lie.
I think it's fine if you have a kid.
Yeah, it's like I know like, when a kid's doing it, it's because most of the time they're not old enough to go out and buy their own treats, right? And it's a bit of fun to dress up.
I also think it's also a thing to like. I don't know. I heard that it's also a thing for like parents and everything to acclimatize their children to the layout of where they live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like, oh, we go out, we see who everyone is, and we show everyone where they are and how you go around.
That's quite cool. I guess like it's quite good in America because imagine you get a lot of streets that know each other.
Yeah, like I think it's that sort of thing. It's like an acclimatize your kids as they grow up to what's around them, rather than just like they go from school to home and then they go to the park. They get to see their neighborhood. They get to show like community stuff. Here, it's like, fuck off, kid. No one wants you.
I don't know about you, right? But I see, if you're doing trick-or-treating, right, you buy a bunch of candy and kids come over for Halloween and they say trick-or-treat and you give them some candy or sweets. You don't care. You kind of feel like, oh, yeah, it's a nice thing to do. If an adult comes along, you're like, fuck off, go get your own sweets, you tosser.
Yeah. I haven't had kids to come to my place for the last couple of Halloweens.
That's because they know you live there and the parents tell them
no,
to keep away
I think
from the
what
house.
I think what it is in Britain is if you don't have Halloween decorations, people just naturally don't go to those
That's
houses.
true. I think another indication is to have a pumpkin.
Yeah.
I probably won't because I'm in a flat right now and I don't think anyone's going to come over.
I just don't think I'll be here when people come round. I always buy candy and then I just end up eating it because I'm like... That's the one thing I'm like... It's the benefit of being an adult. You can buy all that candy and then if no one fucking turns up, you get to eat it. When did you stop doing trick-or-treat? If you did trick-or-treating.
I only went once.
Really? I went till I was like 12.
Parents... I never went with my parents. The thing is, I did it once with another family and then I came along with them. But that is the only time I've ever went, sadly enough. So I was never really into the whole dress-up thing. And the funny thing is, this Halloween is probably the second time or third time in my life I've ever dressed up for Halloween.
Because I used to live down a little private road where most of the people had kids. So everyone had candy available. And you used to just go around there. But then as the kids got older, because I was like the youngest person there for a while in my in the families of like people who were there. So as the kids got older and moved out and did stuff, I was still young. So you'd go around and they'd all have candy. But eventually they stopped doing like candy because their kids weren't doing it. And so they started giving money because they felt bad. So like I occasionally got like a couple quid and a couple candy bars, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is the best. So I kept trying to drag that out for as long as possible, and then eventually you hit like 12 and you can't do it anymore. And then you come back as a 25-year-old man and go, hey, can I have some candy?
Well, talking about looks, mustaches only look good on men that look really good without it. See, I just don't think mustaches look good at all, if I'm completely honest. I don't think I've ever seen a man with a mustache and think, yeah, he looks better with a mustache.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever really paid attention. I never really fucking...
Because most Henry Cavill's mustache?
No, Henry Cavill's mustache was the best. Because it ruined Justice League.
It's funny for that regard, but I don't know, man. Like...
No, because Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible didn't just have a mustache. He had the stubble.
That's true, but it's not just... Thing is, I think if he just had the mustache, though...
If he just had the mustache, I don't think it would have worked. But because he has the stubble, it also works.
Like, yeah, I guess so.
I think the thick mustache with a light stubble works, but I don't think just mustache... Because I think it's just associated with pedophiles.
It kind of is. I think that is the truth now. Every time you see it, it's like, that guy's a nut.
Like the twiddly little mustache. And
yeah, it just... It doesn't work. I think maybe a bit more, maybe the 80s. More popular, but not now.
Let's have a look-see at some men with mustaches. Yeah, see, Henry Cavill with the mustache, he's got the stubble. If he was clean-shaven, it wouldn't work. That guy looks weird. Tom Selleck still has a bit of stubble. Jude Law looks alright with just a mustache. Still looks a bit weird. It doesn't suit him fully.
Okay, here's another...
Justin Bieber looks like a creep with just a mustache.
I've got another controversial opinion for you. Video game...
Yeah, no, okay, hang on. I found a really good example. Chris Evans, with just a mustache, which is his character in The Grey Man, looks worse than Chris Evans normally as like Captain America or with a full beard.
Yeah.
But I think that's also because his haircut's like a straight and flat top.
I think it just doesn't work in today's society. And I think it is that thing of like that non pedophilia sort of thing. It just associates it now, which is unfortunate, I guess.
Yeah, Justin Bieber looks like a fucking creep. It's so weird. Anyway, what's your next one?
Video games are getting too big.
Yes.
Now, this person isn't talking about the physical size of the game. It's talking about the exploration of the world.
Yeah, open world. Everything's open world. Everything's got to be AI-generated backgrounds and character dialogues and star fields and continuous exploration for 100-hour plus games.
Yeah,
stupid.
I don't... It's fine if you're younger and you don't have much to do. But
I don't think it works because my issue with it is more that there's too many that focus on that. Because it's okay to have a couple, but when like every game this year is like 100+ hour game that you need to deep dive into, it's too much.
You just don't want it. When I come home from work now, I just want to chill for like an hour or two, just play video games, stress free, things that I don't have to think about. Get me some Payday, get me some Rocket League, something I could just get in and go. Maybe not Call of Duty, but you know, old school Call of Duty, something like that. Something that you can just pick up a controller and just go for it.
Okay, let's just have a look-see at the games this year. Starfield, 100+ game. Legend of Zelda, 100+ game. Diablo 4, 100+ game. Resident Evil is a short, condensed story. Jedi Survivor, condensed story, single player. Hogwarts Legacy is a 100+ hour game, or like 50-hour plus game. Dead Island 2 is probably like a campaign, but has a lot of stuff. Baldur's Gate 3, quite a big, long game. City Skylines 2, long plus hour games. Payday 3, Remnant 2. There's a lot of games this year. Redfall was single player, but multiplayer. Armored Core, Final Fantasy. So many games, Dan. There's too many games this year. Spider-Man 2.
That's true. Okay, I've got one last opinion.
Yes.
You should not be allowed to take off your shoes or socks on the plane.
Yes.
I 100% agree. Have you ever had that experience before?
No.
Oh, honestly, it's the worst experience I've ever had, right?
I've seen people do it. like on videos. I've seen the video of a person who has someone like poke their feet underneath their seat and sticking out from their side, and they just pour water on them.
Oh, I've had a not bad experience, but it creeped me out. Like, the fuck. Okay, so last year I went to Barcelona. I was on a Ryanair flight, and we didn't have pick seats. We just sort of sat everywhere, and I was sat in between two girls. Right, one of them.
Ooh, la la la.
Like one of them was just like asleep the whole time. I was like, could be. I was like right in the middle as well. So it was like the most awkward situation for me. And this was before I even like talked to any women, right? So I was I had a bad. It was stressing me out. And then the girl next to me, like she just started like she took her socks and shoes off and started picking her nails on her feet.
You were like, fuck yeah, I get feet picks.
Oh
now.
no! I was just like cringing. I was like, I don't want to see you just touching your crusty toes. And then with her crusty toes, just infested with the toe gunk, she just started eating fucking fruit out of the bowl as well. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, leave. Can I move, please? I don't want to be here. That's like the most awkward I've ever felt on a plane.
I've always kind of been lucky with planes. I don't know why.
Is it just me that I want to play an experience, but I'm sat next to someone who's really social, so I can just talk to some random person for like 2 hours?
I don't know. That would be interesting.
I think you just don't get it when you go to the UK though, because everyone in the UK is like, "Fuck off! I want to watch my thing, do my own thing," and you can just don't talk to me.
I feel like you'd get it in America.
Yeah,
that would also be
so.
The crazy person from America.
Yeah,
like the issue I have with the like talking on a plane is it's the same thing of like talking to someone on the bus. You don't know what type of crazy that person is.
That is true.
Like most people aren't gonna just randomly strike up a conversation with someone unless they're either crazy or just incredibly social, and I don't want to flip that coin.
No. Anyway, that is our unpopular opinions that we have discovered this week.
I have one more.
I have one more. Okay, on.
Socks in bed or no socks in bed?
When you say in bed, what do you mean?
When you're sleeping.
No.
No?
Not when you're sleeping, no.
No, I like socks in. I've stopped doing it.
I don't
like
that.
it because I don't like the
feel of the bedsheets on your feet.
Yeah,
I get that. But mine is more to do with I don't like the feeling of bedsheets on my toenails.
Yeah, that's what I don't like the feel.
I tend to just tap my toenails, I don't feel it, but I kind of do get where you're coming from.
I just don't like things touching my feet, so I like having the little protective. Also, it's just a thing to keep my feet warm when they go out of the covers.
That's true. I mean, we're tall blokes, like they poke out.
Yeah, I got new pillows recently.
Okay, we're getting to the boring ass chat now. Thank you very much for listening. We don't want to hear about Danny's new pillows in the podcast. All right, we're not that.
Leave a comment. Leave a comment.
We'll get a whole podcast episode based on Danny's.
I'll tell you everything about. I'll tell you about my pillows. My pillows are great.
This is how you know you're old. You're doing a podcast about pillows.
No, that's how you know you're ruining your career, because there's the guy who was backing Donald Trump and had a pillow company and then basically tanked it because he was trying to support Donald Trump after the election.
Hey, thank you very much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
I didn't buy his pillows, don't worry.
For fuck's sake, we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.